7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. That works. That's that
There we
ON.
are.
That's that pesky ONOFF switch over there. Hello, everybody, and Pete has changed his face and name tonight. Ta-da! Triple T and Triple B coming
There you
at
go.
you.
I like it.
So welcome. We are Interfleet Broadcasting, a 70s, 80s, 90s pop culture, sci-fi, nerdism, fandom, you name it. We're kind of into it, kind of thing. We love the people who create the fandoms and live in the fandoms, and they do a lot of cool stuff. And we're here for you, the fans. So welcome aboard. We're back in broadcasting range. We're here every Thursday. It seems like we haven't missed one yet, and we'll be actually here Thursday after too. But we'll be here next Wednesday, so 4th, 5th.
Yeah, he's using his fingers. Look out.
The next Thursday is the 11th, so it'll be the Wednesday after that, the 17th. We'll be back for the special show, so don't forget that. Cylon's brains. We got to use whatever we can. Sometimes it's easier to count colonial dead bodies, but it's fine.
Your TPU is malfunctioning, Tipsy.
That's it. So we got a lot of people online tonight. It looks like we got George G. We've got Lola. Hey, Lola. Her name was Lola. And yep, Paul. Nerds. Looks like most of y'all made it back from Dragon Con.
Oh yeah, so jealous.
Someday we'll make it
Someday.
back there. I got to fix your camera on this one, evidently.
My camera.
You're over there. Where are you? There you are. Hang on. Give me a second. Let me fix Shawn here. That's just not right.
I'm always a little off. That's okay. There we go.
Oh, I didn't know it was an earthquake. There we go. Bert Oliver's on. Lola. Let's see who else got. George G. Looks like you got some welcomes for Shawn. Paul. Chris Marshall. John One. John One's got a special thing for us tonight too. He's got his. I can't find my helmet. Yeah, I hear you. Back from Hotlanta. I wonder how hot was it, Paul? Was it like steaming hot there? Because every time I go there, it's like the Dragon Con parade. I was like, "Hey, come march in the Dragon Con parade," and I'm like, "Not in that Cylon outfit. I'm not." Oh no.
That would be brutal.
It's hot.
Hot and humid, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to go to Dragon Con's where it's at. So it's one of the greatest ones. I mean, New York Comic Con, I've been to a couple. We haven't been to San Diego Comic Con, trying to get there someday. Our wishful thinking. Pete is out and about, somewhere in the stratosphere. Got called away on a mission. It's an important mission. And by the way, happy birthday, Janet.
Oh, happy birthday.
So anyways, you got anything to drink tonight?
Of course.
Of course. What you got? There you go.
We got an old fashioned.
Because that's what we are.
As we talk about 70s and 80s TV series and movies, yes.
Did you see? It was funny. I posted a thing. I found Rollerball. I've been following Rollerball, their Facebook site, but they actually had Keanu Reeves, and they asked Keanu Reeves, "What's your favorite action movie that you're not in?" And he's like, it only took him a couple of seconds. He came back, Rollerball. Rollerball was amazing. Yeah. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he started acting it out. He started acting out.
I was like, wow, he is a fan.
James Caan, that is classic. And then they remade it years later, but not as good. Not as good.
Wasn't as good.
Yeah.
All right, so you got old fashioned. I have something weirdly new. It's getting cooler here. It's becoming fallish. Probably not where you're at, but
No, I'm in Phoenix. Definitely not.
Never gets cool there.
You see that sun back there? Yeah, that's real.
I have Southern Tier, Imperial Pumpkin Stout, Maple.
Nice.
I will see.
Yeah.
Any idea of a maple beer may taste like? I'm not sure. So, open this up. Oh my gosh, it smells like syrup. Oh wow, it is syrup. Let's see how dark it is. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, that is dark. Holy cow.
That's a good Cylon oil change right there.
That is some dark grog right there. Yeah.
Lola says it's hot in Florida. Rain and cool breezes here in North Carolina. It's cooler. It's raining here today too. Fix Shawn's name. Oh yeah, it's wrong over there. I can't.
Is it?
No,
looks right on my
yours is
screen.
good there. When I do this one,
Yeah.
that one's the one I didn't fix. I thought I fixed it. I'll fix it when we're talking.
That's okay. Yeah.
He's personifying New York Pete, even though Pete's a colonial and we rather be Cylons. So, anyways, we always toast the fans. Thank you for coming on and covering for Pete, and thank you all for being here. And that having a Voodoo Ranger Tropical Force. Yes, I've had one of those. And okay, what else? Has anybody else got anything out there? Anything good? Doesn't look like it. But anyways, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. We will continue a broadcast here in a second. But the first thing we want to do is thank the fans and toast to the fans, because it's so important that we recognize that without the fans and the fandom, without fans, there is no fandom. And I tried something the other day, and I'll see if I can say it this time. We're a family.
Okay.
There's
yeah,
a new
that
word.
works.
I have to put an R on that one, family. And we'll go from there. Yeah, John's here. All right, John, you got something to drink?
No, I'm not allowed to drink in this room.
Wow. No drinking at all. No water, no nothing. All right.
The Council of 12 cut him off. The Council of 12 said that's it. No more. No more.
But anyways, John is toasting in spirit. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for being fans. And here's to you, because fans feel the fleet.
To the fans.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like drinking. It's like, remember Super Troopers? Where they guzzle the syrup?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's probably what this stuff was. It tastes just like syrup.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. You're going to go for another sip. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I just had to make sure.
Did you confirm it?
I confirmed it.
Okay.
So here we go. Let's get John up here. John, I didn't get any slides from you, so you're on your own tonight. So you have to do interpretive dancing. So, John,
I got my finger puppets over here.
there we go. Interpretive dancing. Sci-fi news with John and interpretive dancing. This ought to be fun. All right, John, take it away.
All right, guys. Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm back from DragonCon. I had a really good time there. I did a lot of panels. I had my little minions with me, so we did some other panels. We did robotics. We learned about cryptids. We had fun. So it was good con. I actually did my first Trek con too there. So I enjoyed that. So
What's your favorite part?
the favorite part, I liked the cryptids. That was interesting. I saw the robotics. I never saw the robotics before, the science stuff. So that was fun. And seeing everyone down there, I saw Lola. I saw the Commander. I missed Superfan Fran. I saw Kim. So I had a good time. And it was just good to get away and have fun with the boys, and they were enjoying it too. So hopefully we'll get to do it next year. So
Cool. Making plans. Did you buy your tickets yet?
Yes, it's $110 now. $110 until the 15th. So get your ticket, and then I gotta find the Yep. Before I raise it. So definitely worth it. We met William Shatner. He was talking to us for a while. That was pretty cool. So I had a good time.
You said he was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice sitting in his chair, and he was talking to us for a little while. I asked him some questions, and boy, he talked to the boys for a little while, and very nice man. And then I saw Aaron Gregg. She shook my hand twice. I'm like, oh, Aaron Gray.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Did you go do Tai Chi with Aaron Gray?
No, I was
every year in Dragon Con, she goes out and does a Tai Chi in the morning. I think it's on Sunday morning. She'll go out there and everybody.
Yeah. I became quite the fanboy. So I said, "You were on Monday nights at 8 p.m. on NBC," and she was impressed. So I was like "Yeah." That's something for Aaron Gray.
There you go.
So it was fun.
That was
Can't wait the next year.
I can still remember the blue satin suit.
Yep, and the Vorlon. She had a picture of her with the Vorlon. I'm like, "Oh, it's my favorite episode." But I got to write another one with her outfit, and she got a helmet on. And she gave me a nice autograph. So it was fun.
Cool.
So,
all right, hang on. Let me hand you the paper here. Ready? Here you go. Take it away. Take it away. It's just in.
It's just in, everybody. The movie theaters. September. Oh man, my bifocals. I got bifocals now. I'm getting old. September 12th, The Long Walk, based on a Stephen King book about a bunch of people who try to get an award by walking a road. They can't stop unless they get killed. And it's coming out in theaters. Mark is the guy who's played Luke Skywalker. Mark
Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Hamill. He's the bad guy. He's behind them.
I'm glad that you didn't know that, because that means you're a true Battlestar fan.
He's using his famous Joker voice. That's why, because you know who it is. Oh, he sounds like a Joker. So that'll be out September 12th on theaters. Let's see. Daryl Dixon is coming out on AMC on channel on September 7th, this Sunday. He's going to be in France fighting the zombies again. Actually, so another series of beating that dead horse again is coming on September 7th. Daryl Dixon, and he fights the zombies and the French people, so it's good. And Gen V, another shoot-off from The Boys, is coming on September 17th. We'll find out what happened to the students. They're the brand new school. See how they're going to fight the system again. So that's going to be on Amazon on September 17th. That looks pretty good. Sophie Turner is going to be the new Tomb Raider for Amazon's Tomb Raider series. So I don't see her as Tomb Raider, but there could have been a couple other people that could have picked her, but they picked her. So she's your next Lara Croft. And Colin Farrell has second thoughts about becoming Penguin again. He's up to new plans of doing a second season for Penguin, which is hopefully a lot of fans will want to do that. So, it's going to be a good season, and hopefully he does it. So we'll see what happens if HBO Max signs him on or not. And Superman, the brand new is part 2 is coming out July 9th, 2027. That's going to be the next Superman movie. And those are live action of The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. That's in production at Paramount, and that'll be an R rating. You should see that sometime next summer. And Jason Ackles will replace his role as Soldier Boy for another spinoff of The Boys. This one's going to be Vault Rising, so I guess that's the beginning of the Super Soldier program, the serum, and that should be Amazon by next spring too. So that should be pretty good. And let's see, Giancarlo Esposito will be Mr. Freeze in the next Batman movie. I can definitely see him as that. That's pretty cool. So hopefully that's true. And
Schwarzenegger is the best.
And he would be a great Dr. Freeze. And let's see. And Alien Romulus has just been in production for a sequel. I think it's going to be a prequel. So it's getting popular. Aliens franchise is getting very popular, especially the Alien Earth. If you guys have been watching Alien Earth, the other day it was great. The other season was last episode. That was a great episode. So it's just like the homage to the original movie. So I was really enjoying it. So if you haven't seen Alien Earth yet, check it out on FX and Hulu. And that's it for me.
I heard the Long Walk. They talked about actually. I saw maybe it was a fake thing. You never know. But everything on the internet's true, right? I saw a fake thing where it said they were going to have the people walk on the treadmill, a treadmill during the show, a special show, and then if they stopped walking during the movie, they got kicked out.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be interesting. Yeah, go to the movie and exercise.
The trailer's brutal. Have you seen the trailer? It's brutal.
Oh, I haven't really watched the trailer yet.
Yeah, it looks disturbing for sure. And it's from the director of The Hunger Games, right? So he knows a little something about dystopian futures, I guess.
Aha.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that trailer, it's a little disturbing. They actually walk. They're actually showing how painful it is to walk through that walk. And I'm like, yeah, just shoot me. I wouldn't have
It's
anything
like a remake
for
of
it.
Forrest Gump to me. He's running.
Keep running, don't stop.
Walk, Forrest, walk.
Blam. So, but that's gonna be good. Next one, I think next month is New York City Comic Con. I already have my ticket in. I'll be going Friday. That's all I can get. So I'll be going Friday for New York Comic Con.
Who's there this year? Do you know? Anybody you gonna want to go see?
George R.R. Martin's going to be there, and I think a couple of people, but we'll see him. I think he's a big ticket guy.
Yeah.
They ask him if he's finally going to finish his book.
Oh yeah, don't hold your breath.
Man,
I don't think I've ever seen anything that he's made. That's sad. I haven't watched any of the what is it?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Not a one.
Oh,
whoa,
Tipsy.
Never.
Tipsy. Come on.
Never.
you got to watch it. It's good.
Wow.
It's not sci-fi to me. It's
Fantasy though.
fantasy.
Yep.
I remember going to the bookstore and you go to the sci-fi section and they try to throw in fantasy inside the sci-fi, and you're like, that's not sci-fi. That's not sci-fi. That's not sci-fi.
Because they go together.
No, they don't. Far from it. But maybe if
distant
it's
cousin.
magic in space, maybe. I mean, now you're talking about Kroll.
Oh, is there
Well, that's
is there a genre of sci-fi fantasy? I'm not that sure. I didn't see that.
That would be Kroll. Or,
If you go
Oh, man.
if you go to most streamers will have it together. Most streaming services will have sci-fi / fantasy.
How dare
Tipsy's
they?
not happy. Tipsy's not happy about
How
it.
dare they? There's sci-fi and there's fantasy. There's two different things. Now, I did watch
there's sci-fi
Xena Warrior
horror.
Princess at the time, so I did watch. I guess I could say I watched some fantasy, but that Conan the Barbarian, I think it was one of my
There you
favorites.
And the Red Sonja movie comes out next month too.
Red Sonja comes out when? This month?
I think it's coming out next month.
Next month?
I think at the end of September or October. I'm not that sure.
Interesting. Probably not. Wait till it comes on streaming. Well, my favorite movie that I was just recently saw and just came out on streaming. Naked Gun. The new one.
Did it really? It's already out?
It just came out on streaming. Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing. I love
That
every
show was
bit of
pretty
it.
funny. That
I
movie, it was
loved
a
every
pretty
minute.
good movie. I was surprised how funny.
So is this Liam? This is Liam Neeson's next thing. Like he did the Taken movies
said-
and became a big action star, and now
He
he's going to
said
do
no.
comedy.
This was probably his one-off. He doesn't plan on doing any more of these. But he
Yeah.
did. This is probably one of. I think they said this is his top-grossing movie ever.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in a movie called Phantom Menace at one point back in the day?
I don't know. That's
No?
That's that.
He didn't play Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's
hear
that
that?
star.
Remember,
That's that star thing. Yeah.
Was it
he was cursed by something called Jar Jar. Remember that movie?
Battle Trek Star Galactica? Starlactica? I don't know which one that one was. One of those.
He was in
one of those weird-
Darkman. Remember Darkman?
Oh wow! I haven't remember seeing that one. In a long time.
Darkman was Liam Neeson.
Really?
Yeah, he was in Darkman. That's
Dark-
right. He wasn't in the second one, but he was in Darkman. It was like 1990. That's going back.
Yeah.
Going back.
Wow.
I used to have a
Way-
Darkman
way
poster in my bedroom because I worked at Blockbuster. So I had.
No
I
way.
had, of course I did, because of course I did, right?
You worked at Blockbuster.
I had to. Yeah, it was like a rule or something. When I worked at I actually had they made us, I was a movie expert, and I had, they paid me $1 extra an hour to wear the gold vest that said movie expert on it. And you walk around on a Friday or Saturday night, you'd offer assistance, and yeah, I was the movie expert.
That's amazing. Oh wow.
Cool.
That's
Going back a
unbelievable.
minute.
Yeah. I think isn't there just one left? I think it's one left.
I think
in
so, yeah.
Vermont,
Was it in Portland or, yeah.
Vermont or something.
Is it-
I think you can do
Is
it.
it?
I think you can do an overnight there. You can stay overnight there. It's just like it's like an Airbnb now.
Okay. I think there was a Netflix special on it at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was,
that's-
Actually, they had a show too. They had like a
Yep.
sitcom or a show.
it was a sitcom. But I don't think it was Blockbuster. I think it was. Maybe it was called The Last Blockbuster or something. It was
think it
funny.
was, yeah.
And they canceled that after the first season. Just imagine that. Tell me you have your Blockbuster card still.
Paul says it's in Oregon. Yeah, the last
Oregon?
Blockbuster. Yeah.
You still got your Blockbuster card?
And Be Kind Rewind. Remember that?
Ah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
We had to pay a fee if you didn't rewind it. You brought it back, and it wasn't rewind. You started to get a fee for it.
Yep. Remember how upset you would be when you're looking through all the movies and you're like, cool, I got this movie, and you pick up the box and there's nothing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
that was the worst. That was the worst. I'll tell you though, working at Blockbuster, what would happen is you'd have people around the return counter, and they'd hang out there for hours on end waiting for their movies to come in.
No way.
Yep.
When you get up extra early Tuesdays to get them when they first came out. The new ones came out on Tuesdays.
The good old days. Yeah, Tuesdays. Yep. Every Tuesday.
All right. What was the most rented movie that you remember?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was there. I'm dating myself. So I saw the Titanic come out on video. That was a big deal when Titanic came out. What was another big one? Pretty Woman was a big one back in the day. Now I'm really going back. Batman, the original Batman, Michael Keaton. That was huge. But I think Titanic was probably the biggest I ever saw for a video release. That was crazy because they did pre-orders back then. So you'd have hundreds of pre-orders and people come in early to pick it up.
Oh wow!
Wow! Woo, dating ourselves.
Nobody
there.
had Titanic on their bingo card tonight, right?
No.
Yeah.
Woo, bingo. Yeah. Got a drink now. Hang on.
I got a drink now. Fran says, "Did you see the movie Be Kind Rewind?" That's true. There is a movie called. Yeah.
Super Fran scored a nice piece of Galactica, man. She got a nice one, a rare one too. She got a nice deal.
Yeah, let's see if I can.
Oh yeah, she got him in the white War of the Gods uniform. Yeah.
I was at the auction, but I had something happen with my son, so I had to take him out there for a while. But I missed it. I was like, damn it! But I'm glad you got it, Fran.
Yeah. There you go.
Congrats, Fran. There it is. Yeah.
Yep. Look at that.
So I thought it had both.
No,
I thought they had both names on it, but it only has Richard's name on it.
But the question to Fran is she going to take it out of the box, or is she like a collector? Like, Fran, are you gonna play with them, or are you gonna leave them in the box?
I think she said she's gonna go to RetroCon to have Dirk signed it too.
Oh yeah,
so.
That'd be good. But where would you have him sign? I would have him sign it on the white part. I couldn't have him sign it on the plastic. I just know.
No.
Gotta be able to see it. But I looked for one of those. Last time I saw one for sale, and it was 2017, maybe 2018, at Dragon Con, and they wanted $550 for it.
Holy cow!
And that was that long ago. So, Eric got the lunch pail. Was it an original lunch pail or a repaint?
Yep, the thermos and everything.
Wow. Oh, 39 of 500. That's a low number too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Well
both
played.
might be nice.
And that raised a lot of money for charity.
Yes.
Yep. That's cool. Lunch pail. I think I have a lunch pail. It's not in great shape, but they have the new remakes out now. The new different ones from our friends at Factory Entertainment.
Factory, yeah. I'm waiting for those figures to come out.
Stickers. What stickers? The stickers?
No, the figures. The figures come out.
Figures. Okay.
Figures, yeah.
Nice. Yep, that's me. I'm getting.
You gotta be really clear. You gotta be clear with Tipsy. Remember, this is the guy that ate the 40-year-old gum. Remember that?
Yeah.
My ears ring from my military days still. I just shut something down I shouldn't have. There we go. And we got our interviewees here tonight. So tonight we have them coming back. We've Dave Godfrey and Dana, right?
Dana Godfrey.
Yeah, Dana. But I see a Christian here for some reason. Okay, well, we'll find. Might be a surprise. We have somebody different. Hey, well, live here. We're gonna have fun. We always do. Let's see. Let's add them to interview one and
Tipsy, how many of those beers did you have before you got on?
0. It's just one strong one, I guess. What's 8.6% alcohol? Yeah. I just need to put some of that on French toast or something. That's what it tastes like.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. So we have our. I'll let you do that, Shawn. I'm going to set them up if you want to give a quick intro to them, and I will set them up in the broadcast window.
Sure.
Not to put you on the spot or anything, but go.
Yeah, so, right. Thanks a lot. Put the guest host on the spot. Intruder Films, right? I'm excited because what's that? Oh, I'm hearing an echo, Tipsy. So
On.
Yeah, it's making it hard to. Okay. See, no, still hearing it.
John, shut your audio off for a second. There we go.
No, still hearing it.
John, there we go. I think it's gone now.
Oh, okay. Testing. Okay, great. All right, let's try this again. Take 2. I'm excited because I just did some research today on Intruder Films and learning it myself. So I'm not a huge horror fan myself, but certainly horror plus sci-fi. Definitely count me in. Like John said earlier, I've been watching Alien Earth, all about it. That is exciting and so interested to learn a little bit about Intruder Films. So without further ado, I guess if I could start, Tipsy, my first question was for the team here.
Hang on.
How did this journey begin with horror and indie filmmaking?
Hang on.
What inspired you guys to launch Intruder Films? And sorry for the sound. What inspired
Well,
films?
me and Andrew wanted to get back together and start working on a film. It had been a few years since we have done something before.
Go figure. It's backwards. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's really hard to follow with that echo.
Yeah, me too. See, me too.
I don't have the. I'm trying to figure out who the echo's from. Keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, me too. See,
I don't have the. Okay, I just cut off. It's coming off of Dana's. Well, not Dana. Christian.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, I just cut off. It's coming off of Dana's. Well, not Dana. Christians. So I'll cut this one off, and let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
That better?
this is like the early days of television, like the 50s and 60s.
Yep.
You know, you had live TV and.
Yeah, I think it's on Christians for some reason.
Days of television, like the 50s and 60s. You know,
Yeah,
you had live.
it's on Christians. It's got two
It's
audio.
on mine?
Yep. You want to
Yep.
jump back,
Hold
jump
on.
off, and jump back on again?
Oh.
And I apologize. I've got your lower thirds backwards.
How about that?
That did
Is
it. That did it.
We're good. Are we good? Okay, right on.
I was the culprit.
All right, hey Christian. Now we can talk.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So if you could tell us and tell everyone out there, you know, how did we get started with Intruder Films? Can you walk us through that?
So basically, Andrew and I were working on a web show together called Boogie. It was kind of a warm up to us, I guess, basically getting back into a partnership or a business together. Him and I had done a series called Law of Perdition about 8 or 9 years ago. That's on Tubi right now. I took a hiatus from filmmaking for several years and came back and reunited with Andrew. We did the web show and then started talking about doing a feature film. and I told him I had this idea kicking around. I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and I wanted to do something that was very sci-fi, but included a lot of action and fighting in it, and tickled upon horror. It's always good to incorporate a little bit of horror in what you do because it's easier to exploit that way. The horror fans out there are pretty ravenous for anything new. So if you just put a little bit of a horror aspect in it, you can kind of get your way into that genre.
So what inspired you? What films, kind of inspired your style and what you guys are putting out?
Well, Andrew's given me a lot of grace with the screenplays and with the direction, of course, and sort of following my vision and supporting it. I am a huge child of the 80s, so I definitely grew up loving I would say one of the first films that really inspired me that said I can do that. I can make a movie was The Toxic Avenger. It was
Oh, okay.
probably it was probably where the light bulb started, and then I started watching the George Romero stuff, seeing stuff like Day of the Dead, which really turned me on. I was like amazed by that film and inspired because it freaked me out.
Yeah.
But later on, I think my taste became a lot more complex. I'm a huge fan of French horror, high tension, inside. I love a lot of foreign films. I feel like foreign films have kind of picked up the torch where we used to be with filmmaking. We're very
Mhm.
Walmart today in America, and I guess my inspiration and always has been is to sort of fight that back. I like pushing back on that Walmartization of the world,
Yeah.
without losing fan base, of course. But I want to bring the art back to filmmaking. So it's a lot of those films. Hardware being one of my favorite sci-fi films ever made for £1 million over in England by Richard Stanley.
Mhm.
Inspirational films like that, stuff that was made for like lower budgets that was like art to me.
That's really interesting. So basically, you're saying you're kind of a contrarian to what probably the product that's getting put out today. Which, by the way, the box office hasn't been in great shape the last few years, right? With what
It's
they're
lost
putting out.
inspiration.
Yeah. Right. Right. So I guess even now, is there anything like you look, okay, that's, right now, currently 2025, 2024 that you've seen like that even comes nothing close, huh?
This
Okay.
is this has been a conversation with me and Andrew and anybody who dares to go into a conversation about films, being a director and a writer and a filmmaker for many years now. This isn't my first rodeo. Um,
Sure.
I am not in love with American cinema, let alone cinema lately. I'm having a hard time sitting down and feel engrossed in anything inside of that box that, like, honestly, I think me coming back to filmmaking, I've questioned it a million times. It's like, bro, you don't even like movies anymore. Like, you don't, what was the last movie you sat down that was in the
Wow.
last
Yeah.
several years that you really liked? And I mean, I try. I go to the movies still. I try to watch movies and I'm just like, man, it's just this dialogue sounds like a bunch of people who are just acting to me. Like,
Yeah.
because I grew up in the greatest time. I watched those movies like, Deer Hunter from the 70s where
Ooh.
they felt so real
Yes.
to
There was
you.
good
To
acting.
where
Yeah.
when you watch stuff today, it's so clean and it's so crisp and everything's so perfect down to every hair that it sort of loses its gusto to me. That's why I once again I revert to the Toxic Avenger. It's to me that was inspiration. And I feel like a lot of films today, they don't feel like films anymore. They feel like people walking through animation and
You
walking
know,
on green screen and it's just not real and we can feel the disconnect.
yeah.
So my inspiration is movies that really like do something to you, that make you feel something. The way Alien made me feel when I saw it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
that
It was
that cast felt real.
right. Right. It was haunting, the music, the sound, obviously the actors. It was gritty, grimy, right? Especially, going back to the 70s, 79. Do you film on film or is it digital? Okay.
I
don't think anybody
definitely-
does
no,
anymore.
I am.
Well, no, honestly, because I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. So George Eastman House, Kodak, and I know there's segments of the industry that try to kind of keep that alive. So I'm just curious, because you said when something especially is so crisp and clean, it's too clean. It has no atmosphere, right? There's no atmospheric to the movie, right?
Just, I mean, even down to the way dialogue is written now, it's so precise not to offend that it's become bland. And it doesn't strike you in any way, the way even dialogue used to hit you even 10 years ago. So I'm watching Hardcore Henry last night with Andrew and his wife, and I'm inspired by that movie, but that's 2015, right?
Yeah.
And I feel
10
like
years ago, that's hard to believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard to believe. Now, Hardcore Henry is a sci-fi action film, right? I mean, you put that in the sci-fi category for sure. It's straight up video game. But like that is one of the last movies that I've seen that's really inspiring to me where I say, God, I wish I made that. I would love to try to make that kind of movie. Like I don't see anything up on that box lately that's telling me to do that. Like I don't want to emulate anything I'm seeing because I'm not inspired by it. So my inspiration is to shake it back up again.
Yeah, we do have we have your official trailer queued up here. I know that it's getting ready to you're getting ready to do the official premiere there in Pennsylvania, right?
Yes,
theater?
we are. We are doing our premiere this October 10th at the Oaks Cinema.
And you guys even have, I'll show pictures of it after we get done, but you even have like special popcorn box things, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff coming out.
All right, let's go ahead and watch this trailer for those people who did not get to see it last time you were here. And that way you can see some of the fantastic directing, acting, cinematography, lighting, fighting. There we go. The fighting is the important part.
Yes.
Stand by. Oops. Let me try turning the audio on.
It's the blood. That's what they want to see. They want to see lots of it. The blood.
Hi, I'm Sally. Come with me and I'll give you a tour.
I'm knocking at your door. I'm gonna get you and smear your heart all over the floor.
Launch sequence engaged.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. So tell us about the trailer. Tell us about what we just saw. Because I didn't see it the first time, Chris.
You missed
That
out.
is our second trailer. That's our official Buffalo 8 trailer for our international release, basically. That's for the launch. We had a different trailer earlier. It's slightly the same.
I can find
But
it. Hang on.
Buffalo wanted one trailer just for them. So you actually seen the official Intruder trailer. Just trying to showcase Dana and all of her action skills that we exploited throughout this entire film.
Now you've got another
Awesome.
one. So this one gets released, and tell me it's going to. So I see all of this, and it's impressive because I don't know how you do this. How do you get it to go on Tubi,
Nice,
and
yeah,
Plex,
there's
and
Maggie.
Fandango, and Spectrum, and Cox,
it-
and Fire? I mean, this is quite amazing. This is going to be released pretty much like a nationwide kind of thing.
We
That's
are
pretty cool.
we have what did they say? They have universal rights to Intruder. So if there's a spaceship going out to Mars and they can get a movie played on it, Buffalo Eight can get us some money for getting it played on there.
Wow. And
Yeah,
how do
we're
we order
very
this?
forward thinking.
Yeah. So you say it's going to be it's released. Pre-order starts October 10th. And
October 10th, Fandango is the big word you want to put out there for that October 10th release. That's like a pre-sale. Anybody who wants to go on Fandango and rent it ahead of time, ahead of the official release 2 weeks later, bam, you can go there, you can rent it, you can watch it ahead of the rest of the crowd, which will be October 24th on Tubi. My favorite.
Tubi.
My
I love Tubi.
VOD.
I love Tubi. It's got
I love
a lot of
Tubi.
great stuff on there, right?
Yes, they do. They got so many
sure.
different genres and they go deep.
Yeah, for sure. And it's free, people, right? It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and they also host the majority of my catalog, which is nice though.
That's real nice. Well, awesome.
Yeah, go to
Well, I bet
Tubi, October 24th for Intruder.
October 24th.
Yes,
Awesome.
that is the big thing we got to put out there is Tubi on the 24th.
Tubi on the 24th. It's
Oh,
kind of catchy.
yeah, we got to hashtag that.
Awesome. I see it blowing up in the chat. Let's go to Tipsy. What about we should chat with Miss Dana here.
yes,
And,
I know she's been sitting there very patiently.
Yeah, right. So Dana,
I don't know. She's pretty scary in the trailer
Yeah,
with the
very-
scissors and everything else. I mean, don't let her write anything with a pencil either while we're talking.
No,
on the
I
air
noticed
here,
that. Yeah, I put everything aside here. Dana, tell us about your role and your experience in the film.
Yeah, so I play Bree Hewitt in this film, and she is an MMA fighter. She is, let me think of some words for her. She's scrappy, she's tough, she's kind of has like a shield over her where she's protecting herself from the outside world. She's had a lot happen to her in her life, so uh, that's kind of the forefront of who she is. I think underneath there's a lot more going on, which you kind of see throughout the film, and kind of how she deals with relationships like her father and who her father works with and stuff. She has a very distinct view on the world, and I think Christian wrote a great script in that there's definitely like a political stance that I think Brie is kind of leading this revolution of like there's something going on in the world that's not right, and this film kind of kicks off her revolution of like this is not right and I want to try to fix that and I want to bring back good things to the world kind of. um but yeah, my experience on the film was kind of a whirlwind now that I think about it. It happened about a year ago at this point, and a lot of preparation, a lot of fighting. I actually worked with an MMA coach, but also MMA fighter. She was incredible. Her name is Tori. She's also in the film. I worked with amazing actors, and Christian was so great at just like pushing me to a level I didn't even know I could hit as an actor, and the intensity of it. And there was no kind of like, oh, let's like sit back and, let's talk about this. Christian was just like, okay, ready? Are you ready to film? Okay, now hit her and like topple her. And it was really funny. He kind of was just, it was a place of, I always felt comfortable, but at the same time, it was great because he pushed me to great bounds that I've never done. I've never done stage combat in that way. I've never done work like that on a film. So it was an incredible experience. Yeah. I learned so much about myself and, kind of the people I was working with and Christians. So it was great.
I'm a big believer in momentum.
So what's so what's next? Are you in something now? Are you coming up with anything? You
Yeah, well, so right now I'm kind of in between many things. I actually just worked on a film. It's called Higher Love. Uh, I am officially a SAG eligible actor now,
all
which is
right?
really
That's cool.
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was awesome. And then I just worked on another film with Christian. It's called Neighbor.
Neighbor? Yeah.
Yeah, it's along with the intruder kind of world in that way, but yeah, very exciting right now.
Yeah, I've seen the information, a little bit of information on Neighbor. How about Christian? Can you tell us a little bit about the new film that you've got coming out?
Yeah,
I think
Neighbor
you just
is.
finished you wrapped on it already, and it's in the editing phase, right? Or is it?
Yeah, we're doing post sound now. So actually, this Saturday we have a bunch of AVR sessions for all the audio that I did not get great on
Oh,
location. But I'm a studio guy, so I don't mind bringing people in and really controlling the environment, which is fun for me. It's not a big deal, and you get better audio a lot of times that way. I'm huge on post production. Neighbor is a noir, very artsy film. It's a very personal film that I wrote. It has a lot to do with my own life, but it is a dark story. It's a very seedy story of depression and a guy who's trying to finish a book while dealing with the death of his daughter. And he meets this guy who's this like neighbor that brings him into all these unfortunate events, into like this just black hole of a spiral in this guy's life, and he can't get rid of him. That's it.
oh, okay. That sounds good. I've got some a couple of photos here with the pull it.
It is
There it is.
definitely chock full of noir.
Is it filmed in black and white, or is
No,
just the
it's filmed
photos?
in color because I
Okay.
shot it on multiple cameras. So I wanted to, if I shot it in black and white on each camera, the profiles probably would have been different.
hmm
So I just kept that all for post.
Oh, so it is. You're going to be putting it in black and white from.
No, it's in black and white now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to stay in black and white. It's a black and white film.
This looks pretty.
It's very gritty. It's a very gritty looking film. There's a lot of beautiful grain in it that you only get from like 4K video now. I love it. It really
Right.
looks like
Right.
a film. If you push the ISO, you can get that grainy look to it, which we have in so many of the shots. And there's a lot of it
Ooh,
shot at night.
that's a good one. That's an awesome shot.
Yeah, so Dana and Alaire played a smaller role in Intruder, which once again comes out on Tubi, October 24th.
Can we say that again? Tubi, October 20. I'm trying to find
Tubi
it
the
on the
24th, baby.
Tubi. I'm trying to
Hashtag
find it
it.
on the Tubi website so I can post a link to it, but it's not popping.
Yeah, it's not on there yet.
Ah, that sucks.
Um, where was I? I got
Oh,
lost on
sorry. Squirrel.
the squirrel. Yeah, but no, Neighbor was a lot of fun to shoot. It was a nighttime movie for sure. We got a lot of great imagery out of it. And right now I'm just doing the post sound, trying to finish it up and get that ready for distribution. And then we got two more projects in the works that we're heading on to.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've been really busy lately.
That's good, right?
Yeah, busy is good. Not
Yep.
busy is not good.
I think Shawn had a question in regards to people who are starting in on this business, thinking about jumping in.
Yeah, sorry, I had some technical difficulties there, guys. But yeah, exactly what Tipsy just said? Any advice to those that are watching right now or will be watching the rerun, if you will, on getting started in the industry as you did?
For
Yeah,
acting
shoot.
and
Well,
directing.
Yeah, yeah,
definitely. I can at least tell you on the part of directing. Anybody can make a movie today. It really doesn't even matter what you're shooting it on today. We've passed the age of film. 28 years later, it was shot on, an iPhone.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so if that doesn't tell you where we're at, and even what we shot Neighbor with, Neighbor was shot on two different cameras, one being something very new and revolutionary that most people wouldn't even think you would shoot a movie on. So it doesn't matter that you have a lot of gear. It's how you use what you have and how you utilize what you have. You can, like the movie Rocky, have one light and shoot an amazing film. Honestly.
Right.
It's how you utilize what you have and how you tell a story. But after that, everybody knows, you have to get past that gate. And the gatekeepers are the people who are the distribution houses and how you're actually getting your film, like, Intruder on Tubi, October 24th.
Hey, can you tell us what date that's coming
Are you
out?
sure?
Yeah, sure. Tubi, October 24th, and the pre-sale is on Fandango, October
Pretty
10th,
sure.
baby.
I think you're in marketing. You're in marketing.
You have to be, and that's the other point. If you want to get into filmmaking, you have to know that you're going to sell your soul. I mean, you have to live it, breathe it, eat it, and really want it. It's not an easy business, but you have to find yourself a distributor that will take your film, and as long as you can meet their guidelines, you can get it out there. And there's all different levels of distribution. You have distribution for people making movies like, Toxic Avenger, and you got distribution for people making high-end Hollywood films. It runs the gamut because the fans out there will watch everything.
Yeah.
That's a good way of saying it.
It's the truth. I mean, people are looking for content today, and we are back in what I consider the new VHS video store era. We have all these streaming networks that are popping up left and right like mom and pop video stores, and each one of them wants content, and they want exclusive content, and they want more content and diverse content. And they're all buying movies up left and right. There's the biggest demand for independent cinema right now than there ever has been.
Wow.
That's amazing. What's been for you? What's been your most rewarding moment in your career?
Well, that's a tough question. What's my most rewarding moment? I would say when I finish a film and screen it and get a good reaction off of it. But even better is when you see, say, 10 years later, like Sugar Skull Girls, one of my earlier films that's on Tubi right now. Somebody had posted a recent review of it who totally got it, who totally got what I was going for 10 years later, writing a review, an adult. And this was a movie geared for kids, and it was a shining moment. It was like when like the light hit, and somebody described everything that happened in that movie and how purposeful it was, and I'm like, someone got it.
That one, yeah, that makes it worth it, right?
Yeah, it really did. That somebody understood the intent.
That's good.
What about becoming an actress?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, so for the person who had that question, I think start taking classes.
Really?
For
Yeah.
Yes, I would say that. I think a lot of people kind of, you think, oh, I can act, like how hard can it be? And it's not hard. We're not doing brain surgery. We're actors, and it's a very artistic thing, and we're very creative. But to know how to have control in your work, to know how to be smart in your work, have that kind of what Christian was saying, that business marketing side of you, how to have a genuine connection in front of an audience, on stage or on screen. I think those are all things that everyone can say, oh, I can do that. But I think when you get those really good people that make you feel something on screen, on stage, they didn't just kind of say, oh, I decided to become an actor, let me find an agent. You work and you work hard and you start doing your acting techniques and you really just practice. I mean, it's all about practice. It's all about just learning your craft, honing your craft, getting into as many audition rooms as you can. That's kind of the name of the game. That's what I'm doing right now as much as I possibly can. But I would say get into classes first and start auditioning. Get at the nerves away, because it's a nerve-wracking thing being vulnerable in front of so many people all the time. So just start doing it and get into classes.
Get into classes. What kind of classes would you recommend?
I would say a Meisner class is always great. Meisner is an acting teacher. he's not here anymore, of course, but
Method, yeah.
yeah, a Meisner class based off of a Stanislavski teaching method. But also Uta Hagen. There's so much out there. The method, but I would say I caution against like the method and doing method acting. I know it
That's
works
your
for
Jim Carrey.
yeah, and it works great for some people. He's amazing, but I would say Meisner is where I've really found something that I can pull from and have authentic work, feel connected to everything, and just be my authentic self under truth.
Right.
So Dana, oh, I'm sorry, Tipsy, go ahead.
Sorry,
Tipsy,
I was
go
going to
ahead.
ask, what? So, having a director, we have a director on with us, and having a director, what do you look for as an actor and an actress? I mean, what do you look for in regards to the director? What strengths do you want from a director? Can you? I know right now you're probably, it's like, hey, I need to work, but
Yeah.
if you had a thing that you had a specific pick of a director, what attributes would you look for in someone who's going to help you act out your role inside of his movie?
Yeah, I think I always would look for a director who is very open to kind of an actor's point of view. I think a lot of directors can be like that, but some cannot be like that. There are certain people out there that really have a vision, and you have to follow their vision to a T. And I think the best director is the one who's willing to collaborate with you and you bring an idea. You're doing work on a character and you're like, oh, wait, this could be fun to try out. Or, oh, I think this could work really well here. And a director that can see that and then collaborate and still make sure that you guys are kind of meeting in the middle. And also, I think just like that open-mindedness, always that open-mindedness, while being still a little set in like the work they want to do for the day. So it's not like, oh, let's just like kind of hang out and that. Yeah, it's I think like a fine line, I'd say, but always a director that's willing to collaborate. Always, always, always.
That's great. My mind keeps going. So in this particular film, can you guys walk us, both of you, like, what was the logistics like? Well, I'm trying to imagine like the day to day. Obviously, it's a lean, it's a lean film. What did the day to day look like? I mean, Dana, earlier you mentioned, MMA fighting. How long were you in training for that, right? And
Yeah.
and then what did the day to day look like, and how many days did it take to complete the film?
Yeah, well, for me personally, I we started filming I think at the end of September last year, like around September 20th and around
28,
there.
yeah.
I started training and like literally building up muscle like mid-August. So like a month and like a couple weeks before we started filming, that was when I was in training and I was going every week with my co-star Irina. We were going every week with our MMA trainer and we would just work on what Christian wanted and we'd go through the script and kind of Christian would be like, I want to punch here. I want you to roll her over your shoulder here. And we'd do that with both of them there. But for me, day to day, I did push-ups every night and morning. That is the one thing that made my muscles like really toned in my arms. Every night and day. That was if you're filming a type of movie like this, like you gotta look fit. I gotta look the part. I'm an MMA fighter.
Right.
Bree's hard. She's tough. So every day it was kind of a workout and lifting weights and doing push-ups, all of that. But we did film this film over a period of like 4 or 5 months.
Oh wow.
That
Okay.
spreads it out.
Yeah, this one
Not every
had
day.
a long wind to it, longer than any of my other films. Intruder took over the course of 5 months, but we had about 12 principal shooting days over the course of those months. With that being said, most of it was shot on set, which made it a lot easier. the all the stuff shot on the space station, all the stuff with DC Douglas was all shot on set in one spot, which, made it a lot easier to do. But we did build a 50-foot spaceship for real, so that took a while. I mean,
That's cool.
Andrew and myself and a few of our crew were in there about 3 months in advance, starting that construction of the Intruder, the Orion Intruder spaceship.
So, Christian, you're literally hands-on with every aspect
Every piece.
of the film.
I
right?
am I am a fan of the process. I'm one of the things, I was talking to Andrew about this earlier today. I said, I think one of the things I love about filmmaking is because I can do so many things in it. And I have this like I have this like ADD mind with octopus arms where even when I'm working on the film, like even when I'm editing, I'm also generating AI images to create part of a video for something while I'm doing the audio, while I'm editing. Like I usually have on Norm 3 to 4 programs open at once that all to me work together. Like I don't stay in one spot. So filmmaking to me is like the greatest art. I get to be an artist, a musician. I get to tell a story. I get to be a writer and get to be a guy who facilitates and directs it. Like and like to incorporate that entire vision into one little bubble and try to control it as long as I can till the last minute and deliver it.
With being wearing so many hats, it makes me think how big was your crew? Like how many folks were you working with on the film?
So, Intruder, I had a bigger crew than I have on most movies. I've always been on micro budget sets. Intruder, I would say total on a good day, we had maybe 7 people, but that includes the makeup. We had Rich Hill on makeup. We had Tori come in and be our fight coordinator and stunt double and stunt coordinator. So that's including all that crew. But the actual shooting crew on most days was just 2 people. It was me and Ricky Prosper, who was like my right-hand man on set. That was the average crew, me and one other person, just to give me those extra 2 arms. And Ricky was great because Ricky was very had a lot of foresight. He could kind of read my mind and say, "You want that light?" And yeah, I want that light. Go get the light for me. You know which one I need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was cool. Go grab the ladder as I'm about to climb up on something. But yeah, I work with a really small crew. Probably even if I had $1 million, the crew would still be pretty slim because I
Sure.
really like to be involved a lot. It's hard for me to sit down.
Yeah. Hard to delegate, right?
I don't mind delegating. I have no problem delegating. I've worked with kids for the last 10 years. I've learned how to delegate, believe me.
That's great.
Delegating's not an issue. It's more of how to communicate the vision, how to communicate a
Sure.
shot, how to communicate an angle, how to communicate an action. Dana will even tell you a lot of times I would act the scene out myself as a physical body double, saying, "This is how I want you to fall. This is how I want you to run through here. This is how I want you to stop." That's where I'm very meticulous and particular. Where I give the leeway to the actor or the actresses in the delivery. Make it your own. You don't have to be the exact character that I envision. Whereas, some directors are that way. Some writers are that way. Like, oh, my actor would never act that way. My actor would never say it that way. But I want more of a human experience. 1978, 1979.
I want these exact words.
Give me real. Give me something real. I want people to just be fooled for a minute into believing into this universe we're creating. It's the suspension of disbelief. And
Sure.
if that's how we got to get it, that half of it is you, and that's something that we learn in maturity as directors to not over control every aspect, because actors and actresses, they're artists too. This is all art that we're all trying to get together and create together. So that's where I tend to give up the reins a little bit to actors, is taking it for themselves. DC Douglas will tell you. I mean, I worked with him on Apocalypse Kiss, where he played a very large role and a complicated role of a serial killer in the future. And him and my second ex-wife and myself rewrote the entire ending of the film, like almost on set. So because of what energy I could get out of people at that moment in time. It's all about that momentum. It's like punk rock music to me. Like if you're not,
Yeah.
I want to feel it, and I even want to feel it on set. And I've changed scenes because the momentum's not there in what I wrote, but the actor does something, or Dana, has a different way of delivering, or even, just a way of how she, imagines the scene and goes through it. And I go, oh, I like that better.
You got me going like this, so I can only imagine. The tempo comes through in the film, right? I wonder, Dana. So you talk about MMA and fighting, and how many takes does it take to do a fight scene? And did you ever get hit?
A lot.
I got
It
kicked a
takes
lot.
it takes a lot of takes. It's not just like, oh, that's a one and done. It's all about like the angling, and I mean, I remember going into those days and I was like mentally preparing in the car, like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be on top of Irina for a long time today. Like I just gotta prepare myself. I'm gonna have blood all over my hair the whole day. Just gotta prepare myself because the shots, like we were on like for an hour we could be doing a scene easily. I actually have a really funny story. Christian was talking earlier about kind of directing in that way, and I would always get really excited on set to like do my work and do the scene. And Christian would be like setting up a light, or he'd be having Ricky do something. And I'd be like, okay, like what am I doing in the scene? And Christian would be like, yo, I'm like 10 steps away from that, bro. He'd be like,
I'm not a
calm
director
down.
yet.
Like, yeah, he'd be like, just chill out. I'll get to you. And I'd be like, yeah, but I'm like, I'm really feeling like I want to do this. He's like, chill out. Very funny.
I need to ask, Dana, dream role. If you could play any character from the past or kind of present, any character, who would you love to do? What would be your favorite character that you would step into?
My favorite character I'd step into, I have two options actually that I'm thinking of right now. They're not specific characters, but one would be like a psychotic, like cold, like a psychotic someone, whether it's a killer, whether it's a sociopath. I think that would be so cool. Like the research into that would be incredible. I would love to do that because that would just be incredible to me. And then also, this is on a completely different spectrum. I would love to do like a period drama, a period piece. Like that is really cool to me. I just did a Shakespeare show.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were based in like the late 1910s. And that was the coolest thing ever because the research that went into that too was awesome. So I love like when I can really dig into a character. So I think those are two sides, like a psychological with a lot of mental stuff going on, and then a different time or place where there's a lot of stuff going on in that way.
Role model. Who would be your role model? Who do you think is an outstanding actress or actor that you would love to like study under or take their part from them?
Well,
We don't ask the easy questions here.
yeah. Well, so one actor I obviously really look up to, and mainly it's because I feel like her roles are really awesome, and I love Margot Robbie, of course. Like the roles she takes on are so cool, and she's just she's just such an amazing actor. But also, if I'm looking at a guy, I think Timothy Chalamet right now has been taking on a lot of really cool things, and he's really like looked at wonderfully in Hollywood right now for like the things he's doing. So if I could work under either of them, I would definitely.
Cool. Go ahead.
Christian, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Christian, that makes me think. So, what? And I'm sorry if I missed it when I had a technical glitch and fell off for a second. What was the casting process like for the film?
For Intruder, it was somewhat difficult at times. Andrew had put out a lot of casting calls for the specific roles because they were specific. I mean, Dana really filled the role of who Bree Hewitt is. I couldn't have I couldn't have modeled it. There's an AI model of Bree Hewitt before Dana got the role, and she looks like the envisionment of the person. So for with Dana, that was probably the easiest, which is odd because it's usually not your star that you find first. But I had worked with Dana on Curtain Call previously before that, which was a short film that we had done together. And then I just thought she was perfect for that role. But every single other role in that film was pretty much cast through a casting network that Andrew had put out. And we did a lot of Zoom auditions, and then we did some in-person stuff and found our people. But it took a while. I mean, and it was over the course of months because Intruder, unlike many of my other films, was written over time. We wrote the main structure of the film in one sitting and started shooting it, and then decided to add more because of the distribution that was offered to us. But we needed to meet a certain level of minutes. We had to hit 85 minutes, and Intruder, like most of my films, I like short. The longer I've been doing films, the shorter I make them. You can see my attention span with films is gotten shorter, even for my own films. It's like, we don't need to make it like a whole hour and a half, do we? Like, that's like the tipping point for me where I'm like, all right, like the story's getting long-winded. You already said that, I do like short bursts. I like shorter films. I prefer them to be that way. Where were we?
That's good. That's actually that's fascinating because you got some. I don't know why I just thought of like Oppenheimer and some other 3 hour tentpole films. So I can't imagine you sitting there watching.
Right, so that's where I'm different than my love of the 70s. The 70s were very slow, drawn out burns, you know what I mean? And that's where I'm more like, I think, suited for a modern generation because my stuff, we live in an ADD generation. I mean, nobody has an attention span. When Andrew and I did Law of Perdition, which was the TV series that we did for Tubi, we designed it as 15-minute episodes, which was ahead of its time back when we did that in 2016, 2017 when it came out. Nobody was doing shorter stuff. Now you see on Netflix, they have shorts for 15 minutes long, and they're doing series that have 15-minute episodes. And I'm like, yo, I invented that. The guy that did that.
Yeah,
and I didn't get paid for it.
Anything for it.
Like I forget is it all streamers? Because I can picture streamers that they have movies under 90 minutes. I think it might be Tubi actually, but movies under 90 minutes. And of course, yeah, go ahead.
I feel like it's a better format, and if you're not going to go into doing a series, so basically people are losing their love for movies. Everybody talks about the series, right? Everything's getting turned into a series everywhere because movies are dying, honestly. So, well, why not start making shorter form movies that are maybe only an hour long for that person that wants the short whip? And, and to take the break from the series and go watch an hour long movie, an hour and 15-minute movie. And then the second one comes out in another year. You know what I mean? They don't take as long to produce because it's just for a shorter span of entertainment. And that should even be for a series. To me, a 15-minute episode, that's about as much as I can handle right now. I need to go out for a bike ride. I'll come back later and watch the next 15 minutes. It's like reading to me. Like World War Z is probably one of the greatest books I ever read because you could just read it one story at a time and go put it down.
That's a great
invest yourself.
Yeah, that's what you're right. It's like in
short
segments.
format.
It's not it's not linear necessarily. It's kind of in little passages. It's like passages.
In the 70s, that's kind of the way everything was. You didn't have to be like our favorites, Battlestar Galactica. It was each episode stood on its own. Each episode was its own movie.
Like
episodic. It was episodic.
Like X-Files, the first season.
Yeah. X-Files. Oh yeah. So okay, let's go there. What did you watch? 80s, 90s, what's your TV shows? What were your favorites?
Dude, my favorite TV show of all time is fucking Knight Rider, man.
Whoa,
And
okay.
it's coming back out.
Yeah, yes, Knight Rider.
The movie's coming back out.
When I was a kid, I loved
Really?
Knight, and I loved that car, dude. Not just my idea of like just living out of my car, going from town to town, and just stopping trouble from happening. And he always left with a girl at the end of every episode.
That's true.
Always
He
the
did.
hero, but he had to leave to go to this thing. Like
You just
to me,
had to
that's
watch out for that
that's the
big
greatest thing ever.
That big 18
Dana, your turn.
My okay, well, this is sci-fi, so my my favorite, I've seen it recently. My favorite sci-fi movie actually is part of the Star Trek universe. It's
He's
Star Trek
laughing.
4.
He's laughing at you.
Have you guys seen Star Trek 4? That one I think was really good.
Voyage Home? When they find the whales?
Yeah.
Was that
Is
the
that
whale
the
one?
one?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
The whale one,
Touchdown,
really?
Dana, touchdown.
Stop. Okay, Christian and I, we talked before that. That's not actually my favorite sci-fi one. But
It was a
he
setup.
thought that would be
Oh, okay.
so funny to tell you guys.
Star Trek 4.
Truthfully though,
It would have been worse if you said Star Trek 1.
Oh, yeah.
V'ger. Yeah.
Okay, but I really love like the old school kind of like 60s, 70s kind of, almost like campy sci-fi. Like I don't know how you guys will view
That's
this
drive-in
but
sci-fi, drive-in movie sci-fi.
yeah, like Barbarella. Like
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Wow,
Drive-in
Jane
movie
Fonda.
sci-fi.
yeah,
Jane Fonda.
it's like so campy and fun, and it's just I like the thought of like from the 60s how they envision like sci-fi and like these like fake things going through like the space. I just think that's so cool, but like Barbarella it was really awesome. So
Well, Flash Gordon. That's, did you guys like Flash Gordon? That was
Yeah,
kind of
I saw Flash Gordon in the movie in the
Yep.
theater when I was a kid.
Yeah. And that had the music, Queen, had the music, and that was obviously very colorful.
Yeah, it was big
to
at
say
the
the
time.
least.
You look at it now and you laugh.
Yeah.
You can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon is actually I know it mainly, this is funny, but from Ted. I don't know if you guys have all seen Ted.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The two characters, they loved Flash Gordon. It was like such a big thing for Ted and his owner to love Flash Gordon. So
Yeah,
that's
Mark
funny.
Wahlberg, you're right. And they went to, if I remember correctly, in my TED knowledge, I think they went to a Comic-Con, right? And they smoked a lot of weed. And there's a movie that they're just having fun, right? Clearly,
Right.
and it comes through in the film. Well, that's awesome. So what? I'm sorry, Tipsy. Go ahead.
What's next? I mean, what are you writing now?
Right now I am focusing
Sneak
on
peek.
finishing up Neighbor, and I have to go right into Feral Child, which is the
Oh,
next
yes. I saw
movie.
a quick.
So yeah, Feral Child will probably be the most horror movie I've made yet. It is a straight up horror film. Andrew is going to try and pitch it with Intruder Films to actually get us a real budget for the first time. We're looking to, try and raise over $1 million for Feral Child. So I have to really concentrate on the script to make sure I write something worthy of that. But no, it's a really creepy story. The outline's already done, and pretty much if I have the outline, I can write it in about a week or two, which is usually about how long I take to write a screenplay.
Really? Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, I don't take so what I do is like my writing process is probably different than most people's. I don't write anything down. I just if I have an idea, I let it kind of just simmer in my head for like months and months and even up to a year. Neighbor was in my head for at least a year before I wrote it. But then once I had the idea, I'm all right, I'm going to flesh this out and make it a story. I sit down and I write an outline. It's like one line is each chapter of what happens in it. And then once I have the outline and the idea, I can pretty much see the whole movie and just go. And I'll like write like, maybe like 15 pages a day.
Wow.
Yeah, my process is like manic. It's very manic.
Man, Christian, so if your films are like or shorter films, to your point, what how long is that script? You know, because a script is, typical script is a couple hundred pages, right? Or what's your script look like?
Most of my scripts are around 80 to 85 pages. So Neighbor was 80 pages, but it's turning out to be about 85 minutes total running length, only because it's narrative and it was very shot heavy.
Mhm.
But with Intruder, we ran short, which is why we had to come up with more segments for it because it was action, and action runs like 4 pages is like a minute now in action, especially if you're shooting and cutting really fast. And we wanted the momentum in those scenes to be really fast as they are. Um, yeah, time wise, you want to aim for 85 minutes or more. That really is a feature length film, but
Mhm.
things are changing. It's like I have two different distributors. We have where, Intruder Films is coming out, Intruder is coming out on Buffalo 8, but we also have, in mind to have a film come out on MVD, which is my other distributor, where we can get, straight up VOD and we don't have to follow as many rules. It's a little bit looser of a game because straight to VOD doesn't really follow the same rules as when you're going with cable networks and
Sure.
other territories. It's a different story. So you can even when you're planning your movie, a movie like Neighbor, which was shot for 5.5 grand, believe it or not.
Wow.
That's paying the
Wow.
actors.
That's good.
We pay
Wow.
everybody. But it was designed to be a micro budget made for VOD. Like it's for the VOD crowd. I'm not trying to make a Hollywood film here, but with Intruder Films, we put a lot more effort into it, a lot more time, and it was a lot more polished. So that goes to a bigger distributor, which is Buffalo 8, which is more global, or as they say in the contract, universal distribution.
That's super interesting. And then and sorry, Tipsy, I get excited, so I keep
You're
asking
good. You're
questions.
good.
What's
I'll stand back
Christian?
and watch. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. What's Christian? What's your vision for Intruder Films going forward? I know you got some films in the works, but what's the long-term game, or is there one? It's just you just want to keep working because you love what you do.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, yes to both of those. Yes, I do want to keep working. I do want to
Who
keep
doesn't, right?
filming. I do love making
Yeah.
films.
Employment's good. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's a
I
living
mean,
indoors and eating thing that's kind of
yeah,
important.
yeah, I do. It's nice to get paid. But,
Yeah.
no, I obviously am chasing films that I am interested in. I don't really work on projects that I have no interest in. I don't have a life where I have to do that, which is nice. I've been fortunate. But I'm not rich either, and I'm not getting $1 million budgets yet, which is why we're trying to get that for Feral Child. But Intruder itself is always been planned to be a three-part series. Keeping Dana on board for all three of them as Bree Hewitt, it follows Bree Hewitt's timeline and her growth as a human, in the story, and her redemption, basically in the end. And it's always been in mind that DC Douglas is also another key figure as the villain, Jude Micah, in all three of them, because Intruder itself is a mock. There's a lot of satire in it, as goes back to my roots of watching The Toxic Avenger. It's not all serious, but there is a lot of dilemma in it that's very relevant. And Intruder's very anti-commercialism, which is kind of where I'm at with filmmaking. I'm tired of Walmart, and not that I hate Walmart. I was just there today. I love Walmart. I think it's a great
Right.
store. But the Walmartization of filmmaking today.
Mm.
And I'm hoping Intruder is one of those films that's like many films that are coming out now that are kind of like trying to say, like films like Terrifier that are kind of saying, yeah, we're not doing it your way. We think our crowd's coming back and we don't have to make everything PG-13 and we don't have to make everything for kids. Not that I wouldn't want to make a great successful children's film,
Mhm.
but every movie in the movie theater is a children's film today, and that's not the way it was when I was a kid. I remember
Yeah.
10 years old and sneaking in to see Gorky Park by myself. You know what I
Oh
mean? And
boy.
like, whoa,
I
what
thought
am
you
I
were going to say
watching here? This is
Porky's.
That's
art.
intense.
You
You had
know,
a unique childhood.
I had a very unique childhood. I was very unwatched as a child. I recall if I walked through the woods, climbed over a tree that went over the creek, I'm not making this up, over the Pequesson Creek, there was a trail that went to the Woodhaven Mall, which had the Woodhaven movie theater. And being a kid that grew up in the inner city up until 10, I already had a lot of liberty to just go out on my own. So I would go there often and watch movies by myself. I'll tell you a funny story. I was about 12 years old. I took my first girlfriend to see Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And it was like my first date ever, and I was 12. And we went to that mall and we went and saw Thunderdome.
Wow, I just had like Fast Times at Ridgemont High vision in my head of young kids dating at the mall, going to a movie.
We were the original.
I was going along on
like
Porky's.
My friends were the kids getting chased out of the mall, just like Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, I lived that life to where the security guard was literally like.
That's great. That's great.
With muddy shoes from walking through the creek. I mean, it was hilarious.
That's awesome. Dana, how did you get in? How did you get into the
One
industry?
moment. Music from the OC mix for now playing.
What is that? I don't know what that was.
I don't think it's me this time.
I think that was
We're like
weird.
the worst guest ever for technical difficulties.
Yeah, for sure.
I lost
We're
Dana.
gonna edit all that out when we put it out.
I lost
there.
Dana. I don't know, audio wise.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
There
I
you
can
go.
hear you now.
Okay, there's like music playing on my computer right now. Can
See,
you
Christian,
hear music,
not our
can
fault,
you?
Christian. Not our fault.
It's
But
us,
Dana,
guys.
It's a
the
silence.
question for you was, how did you and when did you get started?
For me?
Yes.
Okay. So I stopped the
How'd you
music.
decide when to do this?
We are all
Yeah.
good. Okay, when did I get started? I started actually in musical theater when I was about 7 years old now. Yeah. I did musical theater a lot when I was younger. I grew up doing live theater, and then I did it in high school, and I auditioned for a bunch of college programs for musical theater because I obviously had a love for that. And then I got to college, and everything was kind of shifting for me. I got on a couple film sets, and I was like, I like this more. I was like, this is really, really awesome. Everything's kind of dialed down. You're not as focused on projecting to a whole audience and a whole stage. There's a camera right here, and you're kind of acting. And I thought that was really cool. And I was like, you know what? Why haven't I discovered this more? And then, as I said, the more I did it, the more I was like, I love this. So I switched my degree. I went from musical theater to acting, and I just graduated with my BFA in acting. And film is at the forefront of my career. I mean, I always do live theater. Like I said, I just did a Shakespeare show, a play. So I always love theater, but right now, it's a lot of film. But yeah, I've been doing this since I was 7. So
Wow. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Getting to live your dream.
exactly. And I have the most amazing family and mom and everybody in my life that really supports me, because I know sometimes, it's hard seeing your child say, "Oh, I'm gonna be an actor," and your parents are like, "Oh, okay, let's think about that." Yeah, they're like, "Oh no, she's not becoming a
Not
doctor."
that. Yeah.
Lawyer, maybe.
Yeah.
She's not going to make money.
Yeah,
I'm going to be supporting this one for a while.
but no, my whole family, my mother, everybody is so supportive of me.
That's awesome. That's what you need.
Basically holding my face,
They're
I feel
champions.
like, on like billboards, and it's just
Dana's got a cool mom. She's very supportive.
she's awesome.
It's good to have a
You probably
family
needed that.
champion.
Yeah.
Exactly,
for sure.
because if I didn't have that, I don't know if I'd be sitting here with you guys right now.
Wow.
That actually, if you weren't making films, where do you think what would you like to have taken you? What do you think you'd be doing?
I would definitely, and this was so specific, I wanted to be a PA, so a physician's assistant, and I wanted to specialize in cardiothoracic surgery. It's so specific.
Wow, that is specific.
It's so specific, but I'll tell a little story. My grandma had some heart things go when I was growing up, and I was always so interested in how like the heart worked, and I was always like, I can't even believe like, here she is, she's amazing, and she's here while I'm growing up, but she did have a heart attack at one point in her life, and just like the process of that, and I just thought hearts were so cool, and I saw kind of like my grandma talked about it so much to me. I was like, you know what? I would love to help people like with this problem, and help them and open them up. And then I got really into like surgery for a little bit in high school. I would like watch videos of surgeries going on. I was really into that whole thing. And then I'm doing musical theater on the side, and it was like junior year. I was like, you know what? My passion is actually theater and acting, and let me try to do it, because I feel like we all fall back on the I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, and I think humans are a little more creative and stuff. So I think I was like, you know what? I really want to try that. So here I am.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm
glad you did.
Sometimes it's not what you want to do, but sometimes what you feel inside that you need to do. So you're like, I want to do this, but that's not me. My passion is over here. My passion is something over here. And why not live your passion? Why not go for something that is, that's going to make you happy? Yeah, that's going to make me money. That's going to put me in a great car, a Mercedes, whatever. That's going to put me somewhere. But that's not really my passion. I want to, I want to do this because I think it's going to make an effect on other people. It's going to create stories that go way beyond my lifetime. Maybe, it inspires somebody else. It's that, almost sacrificial thing that you're going to do when you say, hey, I want to create something that makes other people appreciate something or makes them want to do what their passion is. And it's so hard to do that nowadays because we're so driven in regards to, making ends meet, making the money.
Gain.
Yeah, it's all about, you have to, like I said before, you have to, want to live indoors and eat. So there is that other piece of it, but it's the passion that drives you in the other way as well. So don't forget your passions. And it sounds like you two are definitely living out your passions as well.
Heck yeah.
I think you mentioned something before, and it's something that it's interested me quite a bit lately, and that's AI. You mentioned there was some AI stuff, and curiosity in regards to, you mentioned audio. So in my work, we utilize AI for training videos and things like that to recreate people's voices, and of course we have their permissions and things like that. But where is that going in the industry for you? I mean, there is some wild stuff. We're looking at VO3 and we're looking at some of the stuff that can be done. And Shawn's got some great parts where he's actually doing, fan fiction, but he's also animating pictures that go along with it. So it's almost like a fan fiction comic book at this point in time. So I know the actors are worried about it because there's been a strike in regards to, taking I'm going to take your image and I'm going to create you and I don't need you anymore after that. Or I'm going to take your voice. So those are the kind of things that I'm kind of curious in regards to what you think about AI.
Is that for me or for Dana?
Both.
I don't mind fielding that one because AI has been on the forefront as far as one of my newest and favorite tools in filmmaking. I use probably on a regular basis when I'm in production or post-production, even pre-production at this point when it comes to writing. I'm using AI involved in everything. Neighbor is the most AI-induced film I've ever created. The entire score in Neighbor I used AI to do a TV commercial. There's TV commercials, two different TV commercials in Neighbor that are completely AI, and that includes the actress that's in them, all of the actions, everything, and even the music, right down to the narrative, which I recorded and used an AI program to transfer my voice to a 1970s TV game show host speaker.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
AI is sick. You can do a lot with it, and if you think Hollywood hasn't figured that out at this
Yeah,
point and isn't going to feed you movies that are done half with AI so they can save themselves money,
right.
then you're
Mhm.
crazy. And if you're not using it as an independent filmmaker to help level your game, then you're crazy as a filmmaker because
Right.
it is a necessary evil. I'll give you an example. There's shots of Dana where she's in the woods. Dana plays a dead girl, a neighbor, and she is a character in the book that the main character is writing about. And she visits him as his conscience, but he also
Oh, cool.
refers to her as the image that's in the book as part of the narrative of her sitting in the woods. Many of the shots I wanted to get things that I couldn't get myself, like the camera craning up or the camera zooming into her eyeball. There's only so much you can do with a camera, but with AI, it's a game changer. You can literally just take a still and tell AI, now I want you to do this with it. And
Hmm.
maybe sometimes you get it on the first one, maybe sometimes you get it after a dozen, but
Yeah.
it'll get it for you. Andrew Hunsaker was in a shot from Intruder, which comes out October 24th on Tubi.
Hey,
Where
what's the date
he's
on that again?
That's it.
October 24th on Tubi and October 10th on Fandango, everybody.
Hey, when it does come out, send us an email so we remember that, would you?
The
Yeah,
coolest sci-fi ever made. Um, so Andrew Hunsaker, there's a shot of him from Intruder. It was just a still that I had posted, and I took that still and I said to one of the AI programs that I like to use for video generation, said, make a white owl fly in and land on his shoulder. What would that cost? What would that cost
Oh my
on a
gosh. Yeah, you make it a 3D
wrap your
artist
head
here,
around
and
that? What would
yeah.
it cost to get a white owl that somebody's training and is going to land on an actor's shoulder safely, not tear his ear off, right? Like a large white owl. And
Yeah.
AI did it, and it looks good enough for print.
That's fantastic.
What about you,
Well,
Dana?
yes, as
Are
long as
you?
it doesn't
Mind
take.
Yeah.
blowing.
What
Right,
about you,
yeah.
Dana? What's your feelings about AI? Isn't that something as an actress that's kind of
Well,
disturbing? Well,
yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit disturbing for us. I think it's a constant talk um amongst my professors, my peers. It's very nerve-wracking actually coming into this world of acting as we're all young and kind of seeing how, as Christian's saying, he can do so much with it, but also like we're seeing that, you know what? People can do things for cheaper with it, and
hmm.
that is kind of scary for all of us because I don't think AI can ever truly capture a human connection like a human can. I mean, we're humans. They don't have a computer program doesn't have our brains. I don't think they can perform like a human can as an actor. So, yeah, I mean, I completely agree with the strike that just happened, and it is very scary. But I mean, silver lining because Christian's saying it can do a lot of things for him and independent filmmakers. It's just like,
Hmm.
how far is it gonna go? And um, yeah, I mean, all we can hope for is that it doesn't get to a point where you wouldn't need an actor to do something, you
Yeah,
know?
but I think there's always so you talk about voice actors and things, and voice the part those parts as well. So the audio pieces, remaking those. I'm guessing now that there's probably contractual things that you would write up in your contract as an actor that says, "Hey, you're going to use my, I'll agree for you to use my likeness or my voice or recreate my voice or my likeness." In regards to that, I get an extra percentage of whatever that may be or whatever movie that you may put that in. I'm guessing that has to be some kind of rider on a contract now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we're gonna probably see it more. And I mean, the whole strike was basically so, your biggest stars and all the actors that are working there, forgive my language, but their ass off in this field, they're not having their face and name on something that maybe they're not endorsing or doing, or that's not even their work, but someone can just go on a computer and say, I want this person to do this, and can you make this actor? And that's scary because that is not us,
Right.
and it's not the essence of us. So yeah, I think we're gonna see that in contracts coming up, and I, it's really hard because AI is just getting more and more advanced. So,
It's getting
like I said,
amazing.
like my voice is shaky because it is very nerve-wracking for us. And like I said, my peers and I talk all the time, and my professors, and it's just like very kind of daunting. We just
Yeah.
hope that
And
we.
and it's definitely coming because, I mean, you think of it this way: we started out with horse and buggy,
Yeah.
and now we're looking. If you're going to stay behind and as a producer or a director, you're looking at. I can stay back here and I can I'll just do my video pieces and I'm not going to do this AI stuff. And the other people are going to drive past you in their cars because you're going to stay on that horse and buggy, and things are just taking off. And if you don't keep up with that, it's unfortunate that it's gonna go past you. And
Exactly. It's like a healthy way of using it,
yep.
though.
Oh
It
yeah,
should always be used as a, yeah.
what do they call it? Ethical use of AI. But I think there is, you talk about audio wise. You're thinking remaking people's voices and remaking those kind of things, and it's unfortunate, but I think the patent office says you can't patent a voice. So therefore, if you're not using AI ethically, you can go and steal somebody else's voice, and and call it whatever you want to. You're not going to call it that person's because then
You
you're
just gave Christian an
slandered.
idea. Now
Yeah,
Christian's
so there you go. So you just take over that voice
I'm a
and
constant hamster wheel of ideas. Don't throw any more at me, please. Like I said, I'm a big fan of AI, and the way I see it is, AI doesn't want to make movies. People want to make movies.
yes,
So AI, if you look at AI as
gives you the
Skynet
ability.
and Terminator, you're always going to fear what you don't know and fight it, right? Or you can look at it like it's the Matrix and say, well, how do we use this? Because we can't ignore it. You can't ignore AI. And I don't even just mean in filmmaking. Like I use AI to research things now, like constantly. Like
Yep.
even just looking,
Script writing.
I'm looking to buy a truck. I'm talking to AI, like, is this a smart decision between these three different trucks? And
I
it'll
can't make a
really
decision
teach you,
anymore.
well,
I have to ask Chat GPT.
yeah, like it'll really tell you, well, you know what, that one only gets this much lifespan on, and you start like finding information out that you wouldn't know, or like,
Right.
hey, like I'm looking for a job in this area. What's in my ballpark of what I can do? And it'll start spitting it out, things that you wouldn't even look for on, say,
Right.
Indeed or something.
What
AI
what
is
about your
pretty
writing process?
resourceful.
Do you use it?
Yes, I do use it. So in the new film Neighbor, AI was used to write all of the news footage. I gave it a general theme of what I want it said, but I said make it sound like legit news copy. Because I can't write news copy. That's a certain, seriously, it's a certain
No, that's
style.
great. I think that's genius. That's awesome.
So like if you're going into sci-fi, hey, this is a sci-fi show here. Like, let's talk sci-fi. Not all of us can write real sci-fi stuff, when you get into technical things, like if you're talking computer jargon or if you're talking about science itself. You're a writer, you're an artist, you're not a scientist, but you're trying to write the sciences. Well, that's where you get AI and say, here, write me the dialogue where this person's saying this to that person, but include genealogy as the main topic and that they're trying to solve a problem with it.
Wow.
AI is going to do a way better job than you on that first draft than you
Right.
will, I guarantee it. And then you take it and edit it.
To edit it, yeah. So it's you're feeding it the ideas, but you're still creating something
It's
out
a
of it. I think,
tool.
yeah.
It's a
It's a
tool.
lot of
I mean, like
people are
everything, it's a tool.
anti AI when it comes down to writing scripts and things like that. But I think it's going to open up more capabilities in regards to people. I
That's how
mean,
I look at it.
yeah.
And you're never going to replace the actor. You're not going to
No.
replace them.
But
You may utilize them differently. Like so, like let's say like what we did in Neighbor. Like just say I have a still of Dana in a situation and I say, all right, now I want you to transfer in the background to a space station. She's no longer in the woods. transfer it to a space station. And video is getting to the point on
Oh yeah,
CapCut. CapCut, a free program, will rotoscope now, which means
yeah.
it'll do what they did in the Godzilla movies in like the later 2000s, where they were rotoscoping everything instead of green screening and then replacing the background.
Yeah.
Think of that as a filmmaking tool where you no longer need a green screen. I could literally shoot her in a field and say, I want this big giant machine coming behind her and smashing the ground without
Yep.
hitting her. And it'll do it.
You'll get 5 seconds of it, but
Yeah, but then you slap it in another program that extends the shot another
yep.
5 seconds. You learn how to manipulate everything till they give you what you need.
That's amazing. And yeah, it's the rotoscoping. I've had we did our fan film, and it was
Agonizing.
it was a nightmare in regards.
Agonizing.
Yeah, it was a nightmare
Agonizing
regarding because
that's why when you
we
watch
screwed up
movies,
so much in regards to lighting and everything else. So a lot of the machine learning came about to help us with that. Now it's so much better. I could go back and do the whole thing again, and it would look 10 times better than it does right now.
right.
So
And you can, even with image generation now, when I'm creating posters with Dana and Irina, like I use AI constantly. I'll take the images that I took of them, the actresses, during a photo shoot, feed it, into the image and say, make this look more slick now. I don't have to dress it up with my own commercial art skills and my own graphic design skills.
Photoshop, yeah.
I can really just slap it just a cutout picture of them with a space background and say, change the background, make it look more dynamic and cinematic. And all of a sudden, it not only takes that and creates the image, but it goes and changes their image and makes it look more polished.
Right.
So you learn how to manipulate it just to get your results quicker.
And then
It's all about the prompts, right?
And the
It's all
actors
about
and
the-
actresses are like, okay, now that you're using my image, I need to get paid more, or
But to
there's
me,
got to be
that's all part
something.
of
And
the
I
same.
think
That's all part of the same photo shoot in the process.
Yep.
I'm still starting with the same meat. Like I'm
Yeah.
still starting with the same image. I still need you to be there and take your image, unless I'm completely creating a fake character that doesn't exist. Well, like we did in Neighbor for the commercials.
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing it can do now. So you're like, oh wow. And then so I want to flip back to if so the union's coming. You're looking at becoming a union member. What is that? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I know it's expensive because I've looked into it myself, and it's like I want to say it's $2,000 a year or something like that just to be a member. And but it does offer you a couple of things. So can you tell us what do you think are the advantages of becoming a member of the union, and what maybe some of the things that you're looking at maybe not?
Yeah, so the great thing is I'm SAG eligible right now. So that means obviously I'm not quite part of the union. Just if anybody
Right,
didn't
you're
know,
eligible.
SAG
Yep.
eligible means that you have been on a film set, whether you've been an extra or you are a principal, which means you have a speaking line, or you've been a lead or supporting. And that means that the first set you've been on makes you SAG eligible. So just makes you one step closer. I would say that I do eventually want to join, of course. I think it's, helpful for, simple things like healthcare and obvious things for an actor. And I think it opens doors for an actor in the type of work they can get, because then you're looking on a much bigger scale to, I think, just more films in general and, different budgets of films. And I think, though, you have to be very, I'm missing the word, but you have to be specific kind of about when you join, especially as I feel like still a young actor and still trying to, do a lot of independent film and do a lot of work just because I want to do work right now. I'm not going to hurry up and join the union right now. That I don't think would be beneficial to my career. You just want to be specific about when to join, because then there is a downside. It closes off all independent films. It closes off a bunch of short films you can't do anymore. Um, you just absolutely can't do that because you're a part of the union now, and they kind of knows kind of what films you're doing, and you kind of want an agent. You want to be more confident in how your career is going, what roles you're going for, because it closes doors on this side, but then it opens a bunch of doors on this side. So you just
Right.
have to be ready, kind of as a business person and yourself, and know like I'm ready for these doors over here, and this has served me well. Or like I'm at right now, I'm like, I still really want to do a lot of things over here. You know what I mean? So it's all just of when it works in your career. But yes, I do want to eventually become a part of SAG, and I hope it happens,
Yeah.
you know, in the next
So,
5 years
yeah.
for
So
sure.
we actually had on our fan film, we actually had SAG actors and actresses in the film. We had to do a waiver for them in regards to, and then we had to create, then we had to make the film a micro budget, which meant it couldn't go over 14,000 in regards to the cost. So there, even as a SAG actor actress, you can still act in those things, but it puts more work in regards to the director and the process on that end when they come out and say, okay, well, I want this person, but they're going to be a SAG actor or an actress, and that means I either have to pay them X amount of dollars, which is okay because it's, they earn it, or I have to say, my budget on this film has got to be a micro budget, and then therefore I can say, okay, well, now I can use SAG. That can get a waiver at that point. So I see where you're coming from in regards to that. It's going to close some doors in regards to short films, in regards to independent films. That could close some doors unless those short films, independent films, those individuals are savvy enough to know that, hey, I got to get a waiver for these people to actually go here, because if I don't, then they could get kicked out of the union. That kind of thing. So that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, knowing yourself and knowing kind of who you're up against also, because when you join the union, you're up against now every single actor that is huge right now. And, it's just a much different pool than when you're, young and starting out. And again, still trying to like figure out, what roles you really want, and like, just like work in general, because again, that opens so many more doors in a good way and maybe in a self-hindering way. So you just want to be prepared. I think that's the name of the game when it comes to SAG.
That is your opinion on the SAG after actors and actresses.
You don't want my opinion.
Hang on, I'm ready. Ready? Go ahead.
I've made a few films as a very independent filmmaker. I'm not a fan of SAG, but we are going to have to use them in the future, especially since we're looking for higher budgets.
Right.
But with that being said, when you don't get those higher budgets, and Andrew and myself are both of the same mindset, we're going to pitch trying to get larger budgets for our features. We're always going to try and do an upper level.
Mm-hmm.
And for Feral Child, we're doing that. We put together a pitch deck. We have all the cards together of what we would like to cast in it, and how we would like to shoot it and what it's going to look like and all that. But if we don't, we're still going to make the movie for more of a micro budget, a small independent budget, like we have on the last two films. Because there's royalties out there with streaming that, if you turn it around and make a very cheap film, you can make your money back
If
somewhat
people watch it.
quickly.
Yeah.
If people watch it and you get out there and you can build an audience like a film franchise like Terrifier, if you just get it in front of the right people, you can, sort of beat out Hollywood on their own game and just steal their audience from them. If you just keep creating content, man, keep creating
Hollywood,
it.
yeah, Hollywood needs to wake up, because I mean the independent and the smaller filmmakers are coming, and
They are. The new video age
these
is
big
coming
budgets
now.
are,
It's
yeah,
here.
yeah, these big budgets, these big budget films are great, but you're going to be you're not going to make as much, and not a lot of people are going to the theaters anymore. I'm
No, why do you
surprised.
think they keep re-releasing all these older films now? You see how many older films are coming out into theaters these days?
Oh yeah,
Just saw
remake.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Right. But like just not even remakes, but they're just running out like Jaws. Jaws was just in the theater, and then I forget Return of the Living Dead is supposed to come out around Halloween. Like they didn't do that in these larger theater chains before, but it's because nobody's going to the theater. Now people aren't excited about films. They can watch
They can watch
stream
on Tubi.
stream
What
forever
was the
now.
date and time that you would watch something like that on Tubi?
October 24th.
October 24th on Tubi and October 10th on Fandango. Watch Intruder. See Dana Godfrey fight chicks. Space.
Also, if you haven't, follow us on Instagram, Intruder_films, and Facebook.
Yes, thank you, Dana. Thank you for covering on that. You must follow our Facebook and our Intruder Films Instagram page. Yes.
This is exciting. I'm looking forward to so we can actually buy. So it's on Tubi, and I saw something else. You can also buy the DVD as well when it comes out, right?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, that was more of a speculative picture created.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
AI.
Yeah.
That was just to get people excited about what it would look like.
There's a lot of people who like that touching.
I can't confirm or deny that Buffalo 8 won't license it to a company that does put it out on DVD. They're a very large distributor, so anything's possible. I mean, we're hitting many territories with this.
Awesome.
So, will it show up on a DVD? I think it's highly likely. I've had films of mine. People have mailed me films, previous films of mine from other countries, and I'm like, I didn't even know this was out in that country.
Really? Wow.
You never know, right? You really don't.
Well, thanks for coming back. I mean, this is exciting. We look forward to, I wish we could make the premiere, but Pennsylvania is just a little bit of a jaunt for us. But Arizona, I'm a little farther, a little closer in DC, but best of luck with that. I think it's, congratulations. I mean,
congratulations. Great job.
That's something that, it should make you feel good. I know it made us feel good when we finished our fan film after 2 years and 4 editors. But you get that final point, and then I don't know if it was like you, but like me, you get that letdown. I'm done with this one. Okay, what's next?
What's next?
So, we're anxious to see what's next
with the next film. We just wanted to go right into the next one after Intruder and keep that momentum going. They say what? Practice makes perfect, right?
That's it.
There you go.
And Dana, you're still. Do you have a person that we would reach out if someone would reach out to in regards to hiring you, so we can throw that person's name out, or do you just do it off of Instagram or?
Yeah, well, right now I am alone. I do not have an agent yet, but hopefully that will be soon. But check out my website. It's at danagodfrey.com. Super simple. I'm on Instagram, Facebook at the same handle, Dana Godfrey. Maybe add a couple Y's at the end of that for Instagram. But yeah.
Can we just post her personal number at the end of this? Put that out and flash it.
That would be bad.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, my website, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. And of course, it's probably all on IMDb as well.
Exactly. Yes, my IMDb, same thing. Look up Dana Godfrey. I'm there. All my films.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. And once again, you're fueling your passion. You're fueling other people, and you're exciting other people. Thank you for doing what you do, because you are true fans of your genre. You are true fans of the people. As an example, as a director, you're true fans of your actors and actresses, and the actors and actresses you've given your performances to the public. So thank you for what you do. And this is for you, because
thanks for the time, guys.
Take care. Hope to see you again soon. Keep in touch.
Guys. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
Intruder, October 24th on Tuesday.
What date was that again?
October 24th. Be there. See you guys.
Take care.
Awesome.
Tipsy.
That was cool.
Well done. Yeah, that was very cool, very interesting. Like,
I really
October
enjoyed the
20
AI discussion because
There,
that's been
I'm there.
where my head's been a lot lately. And I wish we had more time to talk. I think we're going to have you come back on as a guest
Yeah, I'm coming back on the
and
18th
talk,
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
and talk about the talk about how
Yeah.
you're using AI and that
Sure.
awesome picture you have behind you.
Yeah, pretty cool,
That's
huh?
that's amazing. Isn't that
Yeah.
just amazing?
That's AI. Yeah.
And the fantastic things that it opens up so many avenues.
I think what he said. It's just there's a lot of it's very controversial, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people they get all riled up.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of people scared of it. Yeah, I
it's
understand.
funny. It's really fun, but it's just another tool. To your point, I'm sure there was a lot of folks that oh, the automobile,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
car, right?
Oh, it'll never replace the horse.
Yeah. Yeah, either evolve and innovate and change, or you get left.
Yeah.
You become
get left
blockbuster.
behind. Yeah.
You become blockbuster. So
Yeah.
that's what happens.
And Shawn would know.
I would know. I was there.
Did you lose your job when they went out of business, or did you just
Oh
quit?
yeah, I did.
Oh, did you really?
Well,
Wow.
I was actually at Hollywood Video at that point, but yeah, same thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look-
but yeah, I mean, it's super interesting, and yeah, I definitely look forward to talking about AI and how it can bring your vision and your creativity to life, right?
Yeah.
So,
And you've done such a great job on Battlestar Bulletin Board, and I think you've almost created. I think and I know we're kind of close to our time limit here, but I think the way you have created is kind of an interesting step.
I agree.
You are-
I told you before, I fell into it. I don't really take credit for it. It was by accident, and I'll explain the process next time we're together. But
Yeah.
I'm open to others kind of jump on the bandwagon, and I love this.
It gives the ability for fans to do
Yeah.
things that they probably said, nah, I can't do that. I'm not a person that can film anything. I don't have a camera.
Right.
I can't
I
draw.
can't draw. Yeah.
I have a great imagination and I have a great idea for a thing, but I'm not doing it because all of these other things have limited me. Whereas AI may open those things out.
Like you said, even the Stranded Warrior, how different would that have been if you were making it today?
Yep.
How different would that have
I
been?
mean, and today meaning it's been probably less than 8 months since we finished it.
Mhm.
And I look back on it now, I was like, oh my gosh, the AI stuff now to get rid of the backgrounds and stuff would be
Sure.
fantastic. So
You're still winning awards left and right, but yeah.
oh yeah, we just won another award. That was amazing. I forgot to mention that one, but
It would have made your life so much easier though, right?
oh yeah, it took me. Like I said, we went through a lot of editors because they looked at it. Well, our first editor looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, it's green screen. It's not going to be a problem." And then
Sure.
then we gave him the film, and he was like, "I'm busy."
Yep. Yeah.
I was like, so, anyways, life
show.
lessons learned, but
Yeah. Good
but
show.
thanks a lot.
Love
I
it.
really appreciate you sitting
Yeah.
there for Pete. And Pete,
Yep.
if you're out there, once again, I hope Jen
Hey,
has
Pete.
a great birthday. And we will see you again next week. This same bat channel, same bat place. Week after next will be a Wednesday and a Thursday. It'll be a smaller one on Thursday. But the 17th is the Battlestar birthday. So I know Jack Stauffer has confirmed, so he will be online. I think
Awesome.
you're coming on.
Yeah.
A couple of our bigger fans.
One
are
of the
coming
days.
on.
Yeah.
And then I know that I think Fran's coming on as well. So, and I think we're actually having like we always do every year. He comes as Glenn Eric Larson as well. Will be
Oh yeah.
on, so.
Awesome. For sure.
Cool. All right. Well, everybody, don't forget, hit that like button, smash those whatever buttons. Don't smash your computer, but like us, follow us, do all that cool stuff, and we'll be here next Thursday. And we hope that you're here with us. So once again, thanks. Y'all take care, and here's to you.
Fans
Fans
Fuel
for
the
the
Fleet.
fleet.
Good night, guys.